What if everything you've been told about money and happiness is wrong? Could it be that getting rich doesn't actually bring lasting joy? We all dream of being rich, buying that dream house, or having endless vacations. But what if I told you that some of the richest people in the world feel empty and unfulfilled? Today, we'll break this down with wisdom from the Bhagavad Gita, psychology, and even neuroscience. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, your entire perspective on money and happiness might just change. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who spent his entire life chasing success and money. He worked long hours, built businesses, and became incredibly wealthy. But one night, lying in his luxury bed, he couldn't sleep. Despite having everything, he felt lonely, anxious, and unsure of why he wasn't happy. Does this sound familiar? Have you ever thought that wealth alone would make everything better, only to realize it didn't? Start with the core lesson asterisk. The Bhagavad Gita teaches a profound truth. True happiness doesn't come from external possessions or achievements, but from inner peace and detachment. According to Acharya Prashant, wealth becomes a trap when you get attached to it. Acharya Prashant explains that in the Gita, Krishna advises Arjuna to perform his duties without attachment to the results. This means you can still work hard, but don't let your happiness depend on how much wealth you accumulate. Think of wealth like water in a jar with a hole in the bottom. No matter how much you pour in, it keeps leaking out. The more you try to fill it, the more anxious and restless you become. But does this mean money is useless? Absolutely not. In a moment, we'll look at how psychology and neuroscience reveal even more about this complex relationship between wealth and happiness. In psychology, there's something called the Hedonic treadmill. It means that when you achieve something you've always wanted, like getting rich, you feel a burst of happiness. But over time, that happiness fades, and you return to your previous emotional state. Think of it like buying a new phone. At first, you're excited, showing it off to everyone. But a few weeks later, it just feels like, well, another phone. You're back to wanting the next best thing. Research shows that people who chase material goals, like wealth, often end up less satisfied in life than those who focus on personal growth or relationships. They're always running on this treadmill, never fully satisfied. The problem isn't money itself, it's thinking that money alone will solve everything. You'll always want more, and that more will never be enough. Take someone like Steve Jobs or Elon Musk. These people have immense wealth, but both have spoken about how the true fulfillment didn't come from money. Jobs famously said, "Being the richest man in the cemetery doesn't matter to me." He found real satisfaction in his work and his passion, not his bank account. So if the richest people in the world feel this way, what does it mean for the rest of us? Does more money really equal more happiness? Neuroscience gives us another clue. Our brains are wired to release dopamine, the feel-good chemical, when we achieve something, like making money. But here's the catch. The more we get, the less our brain responds. This is called neural adaptation. Imagine eating your favorite dessert. The first bite is amazing, right? But by the third or fourth bite, it doesn't taste as good. Your brain adapts, and that initial pleasure, the same thing happens with wealth. You get that rush when you make a lot of money, but after a while, it stops feeling special, and you're left wanting more. Story to illustrate, this is why some wealthy people continue chasing even more wealth. They're stuck in a cycle where they need bigger and bigger rewards to feel the same level of happiness. So, here's the truth. Money alone won't bring you happiness. The Bhagavad Gita teaches us to let go of attachment to wealth. Psychology shows that we always want more, and neuroscience proves that our brains adapt to any success, leaving us craving even more. Offer actionable advice, but there's a solution. Instead of chasing money, focus on building a life around things that give you real meaning, your relationships, personal growth, and your purpose. Work hard, but don't let your happiness depend on the result. When you do this, wealth can still come, but it won't control you. Balance material and inner wealth. You don't need to reject money, just put it in its place. Use it as a tool to improve your life, not as the key to happiness. Practice gratitude. Start each day by focusing on what you already have, not what you're missing. This small habit will shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Invest in relationships. Spend more time with people who lift you up. And be happy. Thanks a lot for watching.